Hi, Liz here from Hoosier Homemade. Today for Baking 101 we're going to talk about chocolate. All week long on Hoosier Homemade I've been sharing lots of chocolate treats for Valentine's Day, so I thought it would be perfect to show you all about the chocolate that I use. First of all, of course, I'm sure you're familiar with just regular chocolate chips, white chocolate chips. You can always use a Hershey chocolate bar is fine, any other chocolate bar. There's also the baker's chocolate that comes in chunks that you can melt. I, however, most of the time use almond bark, and if you have been around Hoosier Homemade, you will see that many of my recipes call for the almond bark. So I thought it would be good to show you. I just buy it at Walmart. It comes white and obviously also chocolate. I also wanted to show you how the easy way is to cut a chunk of chocolate if you're making ganache or something like that. Of course, a cutting board and chocolate and a serrated knife is best. And you just kind of work your way into it and shave it off like that. The serrated knife is really easy to use that way. So that's how you cut, an easy way to cut the chocolate. So now I'm also going to show you how to coat the cookie dough truffles. I've shared the recipe before, and again I'll have it on Hoosier Homemade. The cookie dough truffles, this recipe is, I use sweetened condensed milk. And the reason I do that is because you're really not supposed to eat raw eggs. So even though we all love to eat cookie dough before we bake the cookies, technically it's not really good for you. So that's why I use the sweetened condensed milk to do the cookie doughs. Now, this again is just regular almond bark that I melted in the microwave. And I usually use a knife and a fork, works best. I put the cookie dough ball down into the melted chocolate. I coat it well, and then I just tap it on the side like this so that it gets all of the excess chocolate off. I use a fork so that the chocolate just drips right down in the middle of the tines. And then for the knife, it's easiest and you can just scrape it right off like that. So let me show you again. We're just going to put the cookie dough into the chocolate, and these are really very, very messy. So they're messy to make from pretty much from start to finish, but they are really, really worth it. And I know your Valentine would love to get a box full of homemade cookie dough truffles. Now for decoration, I have melted some of the candy melts from Wilton. And the easiest way that I found to drizzle is to take a knife and get a pretty good scoop of chocolate on your knife. Now this chocolate is, I thinned it out a little bit with oil, with just a dab of oil. Then you're going to start off to the side and work your way on. That makes a nice pretty, because it never fails that you have a big chunk fall off right in the beginning. So if you have it over on the wax paper, then you don't have it on your truffle so much. Then of course you can add sprinkles if you want. A little heart sprinkle, other kind of sprinkle, like that. And there you have it. Cookie dough truffles and lots of chocolate for Valentine's Day. Thanks for visiting. I'll see you again real soon on HoosierHomemade.com.